Woo woo! We are live. Look at this. You're too far away.
I'm too far away.
Apparently. Too far away. What's going on?
A friendly jaguar, babe.
Friendly jaguar.
Oh, he's friendly.
Oh, there we go. All right, we're trying something new today, guys. We got our guest. Where she's trying to get in here. Give me a minute to get the dog back in the hook. All right, so our guest is inbound, and we're going to be talking about car show life. We're going to be talking about Camaro and show boards and what we just did to our car, literally half hour ago.
Not even.
Not even. Of course, we're always in a rush to try to get things done. But if you're here, say hello. Hey, Linda, how you doing?
It's Andy life.
It's Andy life. What's up, David? How you doing? It's gonna be a good stream tonight. We're gonna have a guest here in a couple minutes. He's just getting settled on the line. Our sponsor, Car Show Life. We're gonna be talking about his business, how you can get involved, and how you can display
That's our theme this week.
your car. Yeah. So we're trying to keep the whole theme going here. Oh my God! I told everyone today. You said I look like Wolf Boy.
Yeah, and you still didn't get a haircut.
Nope, not yet. What up, Keith? How you doing? All right. Let's see what we can do here. So, how's everybody going? So, before Drake joins us, we were just in the garage.
A few minutes to talk junk about him.
Or that. No. Good man. We were in the garage trying to wrestle with this RotoFab coolant cover. It was a GM accessory. Not a GM accessory. It was just an accessory under the hood. You can't call it a mod, right? Tonya?
No. It's not a mod.
It's a mod.
It's an accessory.
It's a mod. Was it stock? Is it a modification to the stock?
It is an accessory.
Okay.
It is not a mod.
Okay, if you say so.
Your car doesn't have lips, and that is not a mod.
It could be. My car could be whatever I want it to be. It's 2024.
Are we going to have to put a litter box in the garage for it?
You might have to put a litter box. It is a cat. It's very true.
Well, Scott gave us litter. So.
Yeah. So we were just in the garage. We had to take coolant out of the reservoir in order to disconnect.
Reservoir.
Reservoir.
Okay.
The coolant reservoir.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Right, guys? Back me up here.
Okay.
So we had to take the coolant out of the container. There you go. In order to disconnect the line that goes to the engine.
With a turkey baster.
With a turkey baster. So we didn't spill anything, and of course protected the engine. Used towels and paper towels were surrounding it, so it didn't leak anywhere. So we were good there at least. We had a little container, and then we had the turkey baster and made it work. Now to get the cover over the actual container, that was a little bit harder.
I had to get angry with it.
It did get a little angry. Actually, I can show you a picture of it because, of course, I had to take pictures.
I had to get a little angry with it.
So here's what the cover actually looked like. And it goes over that white container right there. It's from RotoFab. It's about $80. And here's what it looks like installed. So you don't see it anymore. And, I wanted to get everything blacked out. So that's that. That's what it looks like. Makes it kind of easy. And we'll definitely be posting pictures in our community tab, let you guys know what it looks like. But it was kind of cool. Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, see, it's a good movie. Reservoir Dogs. Not coming over for Thanksgiving this year. No, you definitely don't want to taste. We washed it already. We cleaned the baster.
That belongs to the garage.
Yes, that one is specifically just for the
We
garage.
bought it brand new.
Got it at Acme for $3. Actually, for $3, it worked out pretty good. The dollar store didn't have any turkey basters. Do you know how many stores I had to go to find a turkey baster in June?
Yeah, we're not double dipping in the turkey and in the car, so we're in the reverse.
Kind of crazy. Was at a car show last week. Saw a Cybertruck and Garage 56 Camaro. Ooh, you didn't send us pictures of that Garage 56? What now? Was it a Garage 56 edition that was complete, or was it one that didn't have all the parts on it? Yeah, the Cybertruck. I was just talking to my manager today about the Cybertruck and how it looks like a trash can, and it's really too big for the road. It looks like it's just not supposed to be there.
Oh,
looks like we got our man. He's joining in here to the stage. Welcome, Mr. Drake Donovan.
Hello, everybody. Let me see if I can get my headphones to be working here. Where is it? I was doing all this prep work, and then the dog suddenly needed to go out.
It always works out that way.
I had it all planned here. Where's the headphones? There's the headphones.
Well, we're not doing that. That's too zoomed in.
Come on. I went through to charge these headphones. There we go. Speakers.
What's up, Rock? How you doing? I have a stainless bastard for fluid transfer. Oh, baster. I said bastard. Sorry.
There we go.
There we
They're
go.
not connected. That's why they're not working.
That would explain it, right? There's always some technical difficulty. Most of the time, it's user error.
Yeah, everything was working fine before, and then I had to stop.
Of course, right?
Wedding, camera ready.
I know you're looking all good, bro. Welcome to the page.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
he even comes with his own personal advisory.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, car show life originally started out, I was doing show boards, but in order to promote the show boards, I would do t-shirts and car art. And so the t-shirts started to get me a lot of attention. So this one was one of our best sellers from about 2-3 years ago. Personal advisory. We'll talk about cars for hours. I've done one. It was one of those, I think they were calling them Helvetica t-shirts, where it was like this and this and this and this and this. So mine read cars and coffee and car shows and cruise-ins and repeat. Because that's the car show life in a nutshell.
Yep.
100%.
And then the most recent one that I've been giving away at shows is, sorry, I can't. I have plans with my car. Which is way more polite than saying, I don't feel like it.
I like that one.
Yep.
I'm just sharing our channel here on social media so we can get more people's in here. Just give me
yes.
Here we go. I'll share it on a couple pages here. So how's it going over there in PA? It was just raining here for a little bit, and then
well, that was what we had earlier today. So so you got what we had earlier.
Okay.
That was the 5 o'clock drive home.
Yep.
Oh, so this is a cocktail show? Summer shandy there, Tonya?
I am drinking sparkling water with squeezed fruit.
For some reason, I thought that was the Leinenkugel summer shandy can in your hand. So this is my parking lot party drink of choice in the summertime.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So any of the Camaro shows that I do, the Superfest up in Michigan, the Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, PA, and then in the fall Classic. Although by that point, they put the pumpkin beers on the shelf, so it's hard to get summer shandy in September.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in summer mode. You know, the autumnal equinox doesn't happen till the end of September, so it's still summer technically.
I hope so. I feel like the summer just started.
I know. Well, and truly it hasn't, because the summer solstice will be in about 2 weeks.
Oh, true.
So it's
You're
still spring. So how about that? You know, a little calendar talk.
Who would have known?
But you know, it's important to follow that when you live the car show life, because you got to differentiate between summer show season and then the indoor car show season, which I do a lot of those too.
I know we keep seeing you were just in like you were just somewhere.
Well, just recently I was in Carlisle for the Import and Performance Nationals, and then prior to that I was in Cleveland for the Piston Powered Show. And so I'll do indoor shows between November, and then I'll probably take time off during the holidays, and then start January, and then February, March, April. I'll do one a month at these different shows. And I'll go and I'll set up the banner you see behind me. I set that up. It's got side rails and tables, and I'll put all my car show displays out there. And it really helps get me in front of audiences that I don't see during the summertime. In the summertime, I'm strictly Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, New Jersey, maybe New York. So I try to get out there. I end up going to the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals in the fall in Chicago. I'll do Detroit Autorama, Cleveland Piston Power Show. There's a couple great shows up in Central and Western New York. It's called the Cavalcade of Cars. One is in Hamburg, New York, beginning of March, and then the other's in Syracuse at the end of March. And it's just unfortunately, these last 2 years, I've had conflicts where I wasn't able to go. So I'm trying to make it a point to get to at least one of those shows in 2025.
Okay. And is that any correlation with Cavalcade of Wheels? Because I went to that show in Indiana, like, I don't know, 2016.
Well, there's a bunch. You know, the World of Wheels circuit that goes on. That is the World of Wheels Cavalcade of Customs Hot Rod Autorama. So that's one promoter, and then Cavalcade of Cars is something else, and then I'm sure Cavalcade of Wheels is something else too. But the Detroit Autorama, that is part of that World of Wheels Cavalcade of Customs Autorama circuit.
Well, Linda says she misses you. There we go. Jan says she had 117 degrees yesterday. Holy crap.
Index.
Woo. Be careful in the heat, Jan, for sure. But we're going to give you the floor, Drake. Tell everyone what you do and what the car show life is all about.
Well, the car show life is for everyone, but it all started for me with Camaros. Of course, my origin story is kind of like yours, Andrew. I was brought home from the hospital in a Camaro, and you know that car was a 71 Rally Sport. So that's the car that imprinted on me. And one day I hope to own a true Rally Sport Camaro. And so when I started doing car shows, it wasn't until 2013, 2014. My wife and I had moved to Louisville, Kentucky, and she started a new job. I was working from home. I did freelance radio production. And when, now that I wasn't working full time, had a lot of time on my hands, and I started to think, all right, well, I want to do some mods to my car. But, everyone and everything that I ever knew was back in Pennsylvania. And I had to come up with a way at 38 years old to try to make friends. So I Googled Camaro clubs, Louisville, Kentucky, and stumbled upon the Derby City Camaro Club. And they had a meeting coming up that coming Tuesday. And I went to the meeting, and, that was it. I got into the club, and I think it was about a year or so later that I finally got around to doing some mods and putting an exhaust on my car and doing some stuff. But, going to shows, learning how to show a car, learning how to display a car. And it helped, get to know people, learn the area. So that's when I said, all right, well, wherever we move, I'm going to join a Camaro club. So it just so happened that as we were moving out of Kentucky, that was the first year for Camaro Fest in Bowling Green. And my Derby City president introduced me to the Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club president, Morgan Iorio, and said, here, you're going to be in his region, so this is the club you should join.
100%.
So join that club, and as you know, they suck you in and they don't let you out. So even though we moved back to Pennsylvania in 2018, Morgan said, no, you can leave Ohio, but you can't leave the clubs. And then Morgan. Where we moved in North Central Pennsylvania, there was no Camaro club to join. So I had to come up with a way to fit in with all the Corvettes and the Mopars and the Mustangs. So that's when Car Show Life was born. And over that time, I'd been doing show boards for friends and kind of honing my graphic design skills. I'm not a graphic designer by training. I did some Photoshop, Illustrator type stuff in my curriculum at Penn State, but audio production was my bread and butter. And as my career progressed, I started adding video to that. And when you start doing video, you've got to do graphics. You need the thumbnail graphics for YouTube, for social media. Part of my job, I would do the contest promos on the radio station. They'd start Friday, 5 o'clock, and there'd be some sort of element that says, go to the website to click this link or visit our Facebook page for the rules, things like that. Well, the web director was doing all 4 stations, and Fridays he was busy, I wanted to go home. So in order for me to go home, I started doing the graphics so I could say, here's your graphic, promo's going in the system. I'll see you Monday. And so that helped me, professionally. But later on then, I started doing it with car show display boards because I would see people, they'd spend tens of thousands of dollars to restore or prepare a car for show, and then they stop short with a handwritten sign or a poster board with pictures thumbtacked to it. And it's like, there's a better way. So I started researching it, and at first it was like framed posters, and I would do things, here I'd say, okay, you detail my car for me and I'll make you a show board, just to get to a point where I was comfortable with my level of skill that I could feel comfortable charging people money for it. And it finally got to a point where, okay, I think I've got it down. My stuff is good. I've learned a lot about, how to set up an image and how to set up an image for print. And I started looking for ways to make my show boards different. And at first I started hanging them from the hood latch, but a windy day, things just spinning around. So I tried anchoring it. I came up with all these different ways. And then finally I designed a bespoke stand for a show board. So I'll show that to you here. This is, it's on the other side now. So this is my car show clamp. So this was designed to sit in the engine bay, clamp to the strut tower brace on my convertible, but it will clamp to fan shrouds, fender braces, anywhere where you can get a nice 1 inch by 1 inch grip on this spring clamp with urethane covered jaws. And then you can bend it. It works best when you get a kind of an S bend to it, but it keeps your show board at eye level. It keeps it away from passing spectators, knocking it over into your car, or the wind blowing it down and you're picking it up all day. Because that's what you'll have with a foam back poster board or a poster on an easel. It's going to fall down all day. So this is a nice way to keep it contained and keep it under the hood of your Camaro. And my boards, they're all Dye-bond aluminum. It's a composite material that's 2 sheets of aluminum with a plastic core, and it's designed for outdoor signage. And when I started doing these, I did a size that was relatively the same as the parking signs you'd see in a grocery store or department store parking lot that say, parking for new and expectant mothers or parking for our veterans and so on and so forth. So that's this 12 by 18. And I think this is the perfect size for anybody with a Camaro of any generation, because space is at a premium, especially in convertibles. And that's what I started out with my 2011 convertible. So,
I love the sign you did for my car.
Oh yeah, your sign, is much like this, where it's got a 3D layer, and then we also cut yours out of the top. We cut the F-Bod Father tribute name out of the top. So that's what I loved about this material, because not only was it weather resistant and it was sturdy and it was very lightweight, but it was also customizable that you could custom cut it with a CNC machine. And this board here that I'm holding, this is my 2023 Camaro. And this is an idea that I came up with within the last 2 years, that a lot of people will tell me, oh, I don't need a show board. My car's not done yet. And it's like, well, our cars are never done. I mean, you go to a car show and you're like, ooh, man, I got to have those wheels, you know?
That's true.
But shoot, Drake's going to soak me for all that money for a new show board. Well, with this idea, this is what I call our premium cut with dual layer. So what this is we cut the car, we cut the data plate, as I call it, out of separate sheets of Dibond, and they're stuck to the back. This car will always be a 2023 Camaro 2SS. But it may not always look like this. I mean, this is what it looked like when it was showroom fresh. We can pop this off, take a photo from a similar angle, and this goes back on here like this. And suddenly now your appearance is updated. That's what the car looks like. And then you've changed, obviously, wheels, graphics. You do mechanical changes. This pops off, and then you can update it. And for a fraction of your initial investment, you've got a show board that's just as customizable as your car.
That's
now,
really cool, dude.
You're not going to have that with a foam board poster or a picture in a frame. They're going to have to reprint it for you. But this, I kind of looked at the way I mod my car, and the way people in my clubs and friends behave. They're constantly doing stuff, especially when you live in the Northeast and Midwest. The winter time is mod time. That's when you go and you say, okay, well, this year I'm putting a cam in, or I'm doing a cold air intake, or I'm doing a catback exhaust. This way now you can come to me April. Okay, Drake, I got my mods done. Pull up that file you did for my car last year or 2 years ago. I want to redo my data plate. And ballpark price is about between $60 to $80, depending on the size of the plates that you have and the size of your board. 12 by 18, it's going to be about $50-$60. If you do an 18 by 24,
compared to what people are spending for their modifications.
Exactly. And it's a way to share the work that you've done to your vehicle. Or if you didn't do the work, maybe you took it to a speed shop and had them do it, or you had custom paint done. You want to share that work because that helps those people get business. And, it helps the car world go around.
Full circle.
Yeah. And then I've been developing stands. I've got a couple different stand ideas here. One of them is a steering wheel, because I've had people say, oh, that clamp is nice, but I like a real stand. So this is our steering wheel base. And I thought about, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. He always had a mic stand that had a steering wheel base. I was like, what? Wonder if I could make a show board stand out of it. It's got a bend and stay gooseneck. There is a quick release at the head and a quick release at the base. So this goes down like this. You could put this all in a little travel bag, slip it behind the seat, slip it in the trunk.
Especially in our cars, because there's not enough space as it is.
And think about the kind of shows that we go to. You guys are traveling from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to Ohio, all over, and you're taking luggage, you're taking detail products, you're taking coolers, you're taking chairs. There's a lot of stuff that people take to a car show. So if you can get it to be as convenient as possible to take it, that's the goal. I tell people all the time, they're like, well, I want a big board, I want a big one. Well, no, you don't, because then you're less likely to use it. And I don't bring that board. It's too big. What a pain, And so I say, stick with the 12 by 18 or 18 by 12 like this one. These are great size. They're affordable. The base price, $199. And that's, not this design, but, as you see here, 12 by 18, rounded rectangle cut, standard cut. $199. Then you can add a clamp. Clamps between $40 to $80, depending on the size of the clamp. Stands are between $199 and $260. But everybody watching got to remember, if you get the Dweller deal. So that is for the Camaro Cave subscribers and viewers, the Dweller deal. 15% off when you enter the code Dweller at carshowlife.com. So that gives you 15% off your entire order. And then I'm doing show specials. I've got one coming up for the GM Nationals in Carlisle, PA, in about 2 weeks. You could see that in the store. That is our 12 by 18 standard cut, but it's the detailed design. So you're getting detailed design and a clamp for the price of what you pay for the basic design. And that really seems to be the sweet spot. People like the detailed because it can give you more pictures, more information. And that would be like this one here. This is a detailed design in the premium cut. So we've got a lot of information on the board here. This one is our rendered design. So I take a photo of your car, make it look like it's a hand-drawn concept drawing. And then I also have the theme designs. Forgive me, this one's a Stingray Corvette, but this is taking a vintage print ad. So there's the print ad from 1966 with a red coupe. This guy had a blue Roadster. So we put his car in that ad and then changed all the ad copy to reflect his car. So I just did one. There's a guy, he just bought a Rapid Blue ZL1 convertible, and he's calling it Booberry, like the cereal. So we're doing his show board like the cereal box. So at the top where it says General Mills, we changed it to read General Motors. Put his car. They always had a prize inside. So it says inside, one Monster LT4 V8. And then, there's a little thing that says, fortified with 8 vitamins and minerals. So it says powered by 8 supercharged cylinders. And then where the info is for the car, that's the nutrition information. So we went down the list, and he had his build sheet for the car. So we went through with all the RPO codes where it says ingredients, and then it goes all the way down with all the RPO codes.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool. G7 says so cool. Linda said, I love the steering wheel one, which, by the way, I saw pictures of a Panther with a steering wheel, and I was like, hold on, what's going on there? And then I saw it sitting on the turntable in Ohio at Summit Racing, and I was like, what?
Yes, I did the show board for Brian and Judy Houston Sexton. They bought the show board at the Piston Power Show back in March, April, whenever that show was. And so we knew that was actually this guy's 50th birthday present, was getting the car on the turntable at Summit. That is there's a show coming up. So if any of the dwellers are in the northeastern or central Ohio region at the end of June 29th, it's the Camaro versus Mustang Showdown. And it is happening at the Summit Racing Equipment Shop in Talmadge, Ohio, right off of Interstate 76. It's a rain or shine event. It's a $10 donation. All the money goes to benefit the Akron Children's Burn Center. And that's the club charity for the NEOCC. And it's the Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club versus the Mahoning Valley Mustang Club. And each club vies for bragging rights to see how many of the respective cars that they can attract. The Camaros had a solid lead for several years in a row. Last year, the Mustangs won for the first time in about 7 or 8 years. So we need to get those Camaro numbers up again. Remember, that's June 29th in Talmadge, Ohio, Summit Race Equipment Shop. And you could just, hit up Car Show Life if you can't remember all that. And I'll be able to send you over to those guys, because I was actually out there yesterday. Had to go out to Summit because I'm getting ready to go on the Hot Rod Power Tour. And in order to do any of the drag racing or autocross, they want you to have a helmet. So I had to go to Summit to try on a helmet, and the Mustang was loading in yesterday while I was there. So I got to hear that car. It was pretty cool. It's a 65 Mustang. Sounded really, really badass. And then Brian and Judy's car loaded in later, but I got texted photos since they're customers. So
do you know how long their car gets to stay on the turntable?
So their car is up there for a month. So this was the first week of June. They just pulled the May cars off, which was another Camaro Car Show Life customer with a Camaro. His name is Paul Rivard. Talmadge, Ohio. His car was featured in the current Summit catalog.
The
It's
73, the green one, right?
74. Yeah, green
We did a video on
74.
that car. Tony
Yes.
did a video on that car. That car was awesome.
He did. He basically made that car the way it should have been. Took those big bulky bumpers, tucked them in, and kept that more in line with the previous 70 to 73 look. So a what if those big bumper regulations didn't change the Camaro so much in 1974.
Yeah. David said he's going to be sending you his order. He's sold. Keith asked if you're going to Bowtie Nationals in Indy.
No, man. It's so funny because there's so many of these shows that I discover after I'm already booked for something else. And there seems to be, locally here in Western Pennsylvania, I've been out and about. We've had our Friday night cruising start up north of Pittsburgh at the Victory Church. And then there have been a couple other events I've gone to. And I'm getting flyers on my driver's seat. I'm like, oh, yeah, where's this one? Oh, shoot, that's Camaro Nationals Week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot, that's GM Nationals. Oh, shoot, that's Camaro Superfest. So there's only so many weekends, so many car shows. But, I'm hoping to change things up in 2025. So if you know of events that I should be at, please hit me up. My social media is at Car Show Life Back in Hood Up. And that's both Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to reach me directly, at Car Show Life Back in Hood Up. Let me see. Grab my hat. So this has it all there. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got the scroll going.
There you go.
So Back in Hood Up. And that's kind of when I came up with the Car Show Life idea. You see those stickers on the back of cars, Salt Life, Mom Life, So I kind of fancied it like a lifestyle brand like that, So Back in Hood Up. That's what we do at car shows. That's Car Show Life rule number 1. Rule number 2 is look but don't touch.
Very true. Very true. Now how do they get the they have to put in a code, right, on the website?
Yeah, so you do the code at checkout. Oh, and this was the other thing when you were showing the order process when we first jumped on your channel. It requires a photo, so you have to upload at least one photo to get the order to go through. And that seemed to be the simplest way for me to transfer photos. And you may order a basic, and a basic is 1 to 3 photos of your car. Upload more. Give me some editorial choices. Just because we're only going to print so many on the board doesn't mean you can't provide me with a bunch. Get me profile shots. Get me front view, back view, 3/4. Give me an engine bay. Give me an interior. Anything that you have on your car that's really interesting. Some of the people that have taken 1st and 2nd gen cars and put 5th gen or 4th gen interiors in them. I love that stuff when you mix the metaphor. So, you want to point out the things that hide in plain sight. And trying to think of what else we want to talk about. Obviously, we got.
Spire says hello. Jan says, can you do Jaws shark theme for her 2024 convertible?
Sure. And we could do it. We could do it just shark theme. We could do it shark loop. We could do the Jaws movie poster. Whatever. We can come up with something. I've done movie posters. I've done, obviously cereal box was today's venture. The hood theme. This was the postcard one. This is also a theme where we take the hood, and you can see here we put in the cowl induction hood, and then I cut it out of a separate sheet and put this on the back and emulated the door decal on the '69 Z11 pace car. That's so. Great. This is a fun one. I've done the 69 Camaro. I've done 70 Chevelle. And that's where I started it, where it had the flap, the cold air induction flapper, and then the hood pins were on it. So that was a fun project to do.
That's kind of cool. The hood pins is a nice touch.
Yeah. So I got to figure out, I want to get some studs and do some picture wire with an RC car body pin that would be, so you'd have actual scale hood pins on your show board. But again, these ideas come to me, but I've been so busy fulfilling orders and going to shows, I haven't had time to sit down and actually do it. So, but the sky's the limit.
Season's like everything's moving. We're getting ready for it,
Yeah, and I thought I'd have a lot of time in the off season during the winter, but doing one show a month, and I was innovating something called Car Show in a Box. So I wanted to develop a easy way for first-time indoor exhibitors to show their car. When you have a space at an indoor show, they ask you to have some sort of display, whether it's carpet or stanchions. And stanchions are expensive. I mean, I was pricing them out on some traffic control sites and stuff like that. I mean, it's $60 a piece for a stanchion, and then you put 5 feet of velvet rope or 6 feet of velvet rope in between. You need at least a 10 by 20 setup. So if you go to shop and accessories, you'll see the Car Show in a Box. And so what I did was I came up with this idea that you have these little stanchions, these 14-inch stanchions with 5 foot segments of rope. And if you click on that, and there where sunshine is, that's the Car Show in a Box. So basically, everything you need to set up a little barrier and display your car at an indoor car show, and it all fits inside a box, put it in the trunk, roll out of the show. And you can take those stanchions, you can take all the segments for that 10 by 20 that you see there. You can make those stanchions about 20 inches tall. And it comes with all the parts you need to disassemble and reassemble them in 20-inch pieces, 5 foot segments of rope. They attach with carabiners, so you're not trying to measure out your rope, and then as you pull it through the little eyelets, it knocks them over. All the bottoms have a foam base so they don't slide across the floor. And then it also expands to 20 feet by 20 feet. So if you have a big square, they're smaller, they're down to the floor, but just enough to, keep back. And this was on display at the PA Motorama in Harrisburg. This is Melanie Henry runs Mel's Car Shows in central Pennsylvania. And that's her 72 Monte Carlo. She and her husband just got back from the shop. It's been being worked on for the past several years. So they were really excited to get that car out. And the Car Show in a Box comes with our Car Show wedge stand. And you also get some of the lights. I've got these little LED lights that you can put on your show board.
There we go.
On your under your engine bay and your interior to take out shadows. They have they go through, you can toggle through the color settings, or you can use the remote and set them up whatever color you want, 12 different color settings, and then you can have them pulse off and on. You can have it cycle through the spectrum. And then I make mine just a little bit different. We put a magnet on the bottom. So then you can stick it under your hood, tack it up. Well, unless you're a Corvette guy. No metal on those hoods, but the standard joke we have with all the Corvette friends.
We got some for this car, and she loves it to be able to show off her artwork underneath her hood. But it's nice. Literally with the magnet, it just sticks to the BMR bar under the hood and shines right up.
Yep. And the batteries seem to last 8-10 hours. I found that I can put them in at the beginning of a show. If it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, I can put them in Friday afternoon, and I may need to change them by late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. So they do pretty well. It takes 3 AA batteries, so there's no charging. There's a lot of people that get the ones where you have to charge it. And these have seemed to be work the best that I found out there. So. But I offer those for stands.
I need some more of them. I can't be the light guy and not have them.
Well, I bring some hood lights to Superfest. Yes, I will. I will make sure. I don't know how many I'll be able to take because I'll be bringing my 2023 Camaro Phantom. So I got a travel light when I travel with the Camaro. So outdoor shows, I don't tend to bring as much stuff to sell. But when I do the indoor shows, when I'm at Autorama in Detroit, I had that truck stacked, the 2016 Colorado crew cab. I had stuff stacked to the headliner. I had everything filled through the bed, and all I had enough room for was on my passenger seat for my luggage.
Dude, I mean, look at for these lights. I mean, come on now, like you can't get a product like this for that great a price. I mean, look at that. That's pretty amazing.
And a Dweller deal, you take 15% off. So.
Oh, and that's a good point.
They're adjustable.
Yes. And
that is really cool.
Their little eyes move all over.
This feels like I'm on QVC.
I know.
It's our today's special value.
I love those lights.
No, it is. They're really cool. Looks like Spire said he sent you some pics of his Hot Wheels.
Awesome.
And Jan's gonna get you some pics over. She's stock right now, but that doesn't stop you.
Well, and that's perfect, Jan, because what we can do then is we could set it up. So maybe you want to mod your car down the road. Well, what we could do, instead of printing the layers now, tell me you want to be future proofed. So what we'll do is we'll print the car, we'll print the information, and then when you're ready, we'll update it with the plates so that the plates go over. I've had 2 customers come to me with their boards, and they said, hey, you did my board, but I did a bunch of stuff to my car. Can you do the 3D layer? And so if I had it set up, there was one guy that couldn't do it. We had to redo it again. But we made sure that going forward, he would be future-proofed. And so what you do is you say, hey, I don't want to invest in the in the cut right now in those layers, but set me up to be future-proofed. And that's something important I want to stress to anybody that's considering this. It's not like you're going to submit your order on the website and you'll upload your picture and you won't hear anything from me and then you'll get something in the mail. No, this is just like building a custom car. This is like doing a restoration. We are going to go back and forth on things. I'm going to get all your materials. Your pictures might not be able to be printed. You may send me something that you pulled off of Facebook, and the resolution's really low. I'll make sure that your photos are print ready quality. I will go back and forth. If something doesn't make sense to me, I've had a couple customers come to me and say, hey, I have this. Well, how do you know you have this? Well, the guy that sold it to me told me. Let's not take his word for it. Let's research it a little bit. And, with the Camaro community that we have, and my contacts with people at the Camaro Nationals that have done the concourse judging, with the F-Bod father himself, Scott, there are a ton of people through the network that we can say, hey, did this car really come like this? Or where could we get info on this? The Pontiac guys have it easy because they've got PHS available. We did a PHS car a couple of years ago. It was an 81 Trans Am. And these people told me that, oh, yeah, we bought it in 1999. We're the second owners. We know it's pretty original. The only thing we know about it for sure is it's a bandit edition. And I said, no, it's not. And they said, what? I said, your car would be a special edition. All the Smokey and the Bandit cars were special editions. And we got to figure out if you have the Y84 RPO code, or did somebody take a black Firebird and do it up to Turbo Trans Am spec? Because this is 1999. That movie was already a cult favorite now for about 19 years after Smokey and the Bandit 2. So we went to PHS. We found the documentation. The car really was a Y84 special edition. It was a WS6 performance package, and it was a B18 cloth interior car. And the window sticker on this car almost had to go to a second sheet because it had every possible option. AM, FM stereo, cassette, cruise control, power locks, power windows, air conditioning, T-tops. So when you say, yeah, I got this, we make sure that, okay, if we can't verify it, it won't go on the board. Or we will preface it with, say, believed to be, or is suspected to be, because the last thing you want to do is tout that you have something that you don't, because people will be quick to point it out. and it goes to your credibility and it goes to my credibility with Car Show Life. I remember a couple of years ago, there was a guy trying to sell a Hot Wheels 2013 Hot Wheels car at the Canfield Fairgrounds, as my dog is chewing the carpet, trying to get my attention. And it had ZL1 badges on it. Well, they never put the Hot Wheels package on a ZL1, just
No, I did not.
2LT and 2SS. And so one of my friends who had a 2013 SS Hot Wheels car starts asking this guy questions, thinking, oh, he up-badged his car, and now he's trying to sell it for $65,000. So he's giving him the business. Well, the guy says, oh, yeah, it's a ZL1. It's like, oh, ZL1, huh? Where's your supercharger? No, it's a ZL1. And so finally, you got this guy so frustrated. What we think, he packed up and left in a huff, and we think that somebody sold him a ZL1, and he couldn't afford to hold on to it, and he was trying to get ZL1 money out of it, and no.
Someone badged their car with a ZL1, then tried to sell it without a supercharger.
Somebody sold it to him that way.
So the moral of the story is, fill your library before you fill your garage. Know what you're buying. And then, too, when you go to make your show board, if you have documentation, we can scan it and put it on the board. If you have a window sticker, if you have, your original bill of sale, I do not customize Hot Wheels. That's a little bit more than I could do there. That actually was I
was going to ask you about this, too, because that's badass. Like, that's cool.
It was designed when I initially started doing this, doing the T-shirts, doing the car art. It was designed as a way to come up with garage art that people would want to buy. And so I did a bunch that were just kind of spec. They weren't actually people's cars. They were, photos of cars that I took at car shows, and then I just made them look like Hot Wheels or Matchbox or Johnny Lightning Pops. So, but yeah, we could do something like that.
Dude, I mean, you have so many things you can do on your website. Like, you guys need to check out this site. It's pretty amazing. Like, you did a really good job, bro.
Thank you. Well, like sitting around, trying to come up with ideas when Car Show Life was in its infancy, and I didn't know what it was going to be. And, I thought of it as a lifestyle brand, like Mossy Oak or Fear This, No Fear, Fox Off-Road, and so that's why I, did a lot of the car art and stuff. I haven't gotten a lot of call for it. I was actually, going to take stuff down and repurpose it, maybe make that more of the theme show board design. So yes, the future flexibility. So, and that's the thing is, I was thinking about corporate America these days, listening to your customers. And I think we can agree that the big automakers don't listen to their customers. And we're seeing that now.
That's
with
an understatement.
Backpedaling on all EV, that, wait, you skipped a step. We should get hybrid. That gets people comfortable with the idea, without having range anxiety. The Chevy Volt was the perfect hybrid.
They had it. They had it already. That they were first to market with the technology in the Volt, and then they just didn't make any other vehicle.
So I listen to my customers. When you tell me, hey, that's cool, but what if you did this? That's the evolution from the clamp to the stands. The other stand that I came up with, and this was, again, listening to customers. So the wedge. So a guy approached me at the Detroit Autorama. He says, that clamp's a great idea, but we host this show where we have these boards printed on acrylic, and it's an L shape. But the L is the bend here, and it lays on the ground, and it would break off. So I came up with this idea that if you have a detachable piece, so this wedge, and it has a weight bag included, so you lay it on the floor at an indoor car show, you attach your board to it, and it's not going to attach in the air. I need a flat surface. But yeah, you pack it here, lay it on the floor, and now it tilts up at an angle so you can read it as a spectator without it lying flat and reflecting the light directly above it. But then if you remove it and you tack it this way with the weight bag, you can use it outdoors, and it'll sit upright next to your car, and like a Weeble, it'll wobble, but it won't fall down. So that is what I call the car show wedge. And I think, yeah, you got it pulled up there. So $45 for the small one, and the prices go up from there. We have a medium and a large version, and it's worked really well. It's a nice entry level stand that you can include in your package, and it looks way better than leaning it against your car.
That's so true. I see people leaning against their cars. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
And that red Camaro, that was at the McCacken show in Chicago, and at my booth, I was right across from a '70 Chevelle that was one of their featured debut cars that they unveiled at the event, and they had all of this stuff laying on the floor beside the car, these framed pictures with restoration photos and documentation and period ad material in frame photos, that people were walking up to the car, they're looking at the car, they're not looking at the ground, they're kicking the stuff under the car and stepping on things. And so when you have something like this, it'll be put up at an angle, it's not touching the car, it's not going to get tramped on. People were stepping on this guy's sign, and he was so honored that he was part of the Camaro Legends, that he really loved the sign. So he got a wedge from me, and we set it up in front of the car, so it didn't have to rest on his chin spoiler. He could have it set up.
That's so cool. That's Spire just spent a lot of money for this week's show. There you go, Spire.
Awesome.
Yeah. Here we go. Anyone else have any questions for Drake here while we have him? Is there anything else on your website, bro? You want to show off here?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go. So I've got a deal. Obviously, we're giving the Dweller deal, anybody 15% off. But I've got a deal for the GM Nationals coming up that includes free delivery at the show. So if you go to shop and then click show boards, and then if you scroll down there, there's the GM Nats deal. So that's what I was talking about. I also have an auction deal. If you're taking a car to auction, if you want to click on that auction deal there real quick, that's at CUDA. So this guy approached me at McCacken in Chicago. He has this CUDA that was a rare car, 440 automatic CUDA convertible in B5 blue, designated to be one of 28 automatics from the factory.
Wow.
And the car had original service documents. So that's those two faded, tattered things you see there. It needed a warranty repair. There was a bad cell in the battery about a week after it was purchased. And then about a month later, it came in for a second warranty repair. And so he was taking this car to the Mecum auction in Kissimmee, Florida. And so I took photos of the car on site, but they didn't do it justice. He had professional photos taken. There's the car at the Mecum Kissimmee, the auction under the tent. And it has a wedge, and then it went across the block. He told me when it was going. So I watched it live on TV.
Oh my God.
You can see there the hammer price was, or the bid there was $140.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, but there it is. The boy in the car, $140,000. It got bid up to $150, and the commentators were saying, "Oh, it looks like that's going to Dave Wellborn, going to the Wellborn collection." I was like, "Ooh, Dave Wellborn, he's a well-known Mopar collector." I was like, "One of my boards in the Wellborn collection. That'll be cool." They were so enamored with it, they missed it. Somebody outbid Dave Wellborn. It hammered for $155.
Wow.
So that's when I started saying that a Car Show Live show board is good for an extra $5K at the hammer.
There you
So
go.
the auction deal, what I came up with is an 18 by 24 with your documentation included in the Car Show wedge stand. So if you are taking it to a car to auction, whether it's if you're taking it to a Mecum or you're trying to do Barrett Jackson, or you're just doing a local regional auction. There's one in Central PA, the Central PA Auto Auction. They do a muscle car event in August. So that's a nice way to document it. We can make it unpersonalized so that it goes with the car. And of course, this guy here, he liked it so much. He says, "Can you print me another one so I can keep it on the garage? Because when we get rid of the car, I want to hold on to it."
Smart.
So,
smart.
And then the other deal is the GM Nationals that we're offering. If you want to pre-buy it for the GM Nationals, you'll save the shipping and you'll get a free, you get an included car show clamp. And that's a 12 by 18. So, that's the deal where I have to travel light when I take the Camaro. So 12 by 18 is the size, and you get the wedge. And it's, I think, $229 is what we're offering there. But if you wanted to do something, a little special, a little more ornate with the layers or custom cut, then, you do the Dweller deal, get the detailed version, and use the code Dweller for 15% off at checkout.
Sweet.
And that's today's special value.
Love it.
We've only got about 4 or 5 minutes left on those. So
It's like QVC, man.
I gotta give a shout out. My mom left us back in August, and she was the one that got me into cars. That was her Camaro that I came home from the hospital in. My dad was a motorcycle guy, so but she loved the Camaro, and that's where I got my love of cars and love of Camaro, and that's where she would always watch QVC. So there is an ode to my mom. In fact, I got to show you this real quick. So it's very rare to be able to find almost the exact car that someone had in life. Well, I'm strolling through Walmart one day, and there it is. That is her car. Now, this is it's labeled here as a 72 Rally Sport, but that is her car. Lime green metallic, green vinyl top. The seats are white, but I did one of these for her. I bought 2 of them. I took the car apart. I painted the seats olive green so they would be, look like vinyl. And then I clipped the stick shift off and I put the little basket handle stapler shifter on. So, but that is her car. That was the car I fell in love with. So I'm hoping to sell enough show boards that I can get a 71 Rally Sport and either do it up like that or make it my own thing. But I definitely want a 71 Rally Sport. So
we're getting you there,
show
bro.
boards and lights and
we're getting you there.
Achieve the dream.
All right, sellers, start buying show boards.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough. I think, judging by my Pep's reaction here, that our time is drawing to a close. We gotta get him on camera. Come here. You're making all this noise.
We gotta see the dog.
This is Fritz.
What's up, Fritz?
Oh, hi,
Oh.
Fritz.
As he's tapping the keyboard. He's my miniature schnauzer. He's 3 years old, but he wears car show life colors and wears a red collar. I was hoping to take him to car shows, but it's awful hard to talk to people about their cars when he's yipping in the background. So
I hear that.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, he's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna put you down. I'll say goodbye to all the dwellers out there. Andy, Tonya, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been such a pleasure. I'm watching what you guys have done. I'm a little lax on the YouTube side with Car Show Life. I need to get posting again, but to watch where you guys have taken this channel, and Andy, the mantle that you're taking up, Scott Settlemeyer used to be the guy to go to for information on your Camaro. And since he retired from General Motors, nobody's really taken care of that. So you've stepped up and have been doing that for folks. And it's really cool. And all the things you were doing with the Panther as it was, hitting the streets and getting to see cars as they were out in the wild. So it's been a lot of fun to see. And anytime somebody has a question about sixth gen cars, I send them your way.
I might be the guy. No, I did say no one's ever gonna replace Scott.
No.
But we can try to take what he did for 40 years and include it in everyone else's life that doesn't even know who he is really.
Exactly.
And we have to keep the legacy going and keep the faith that one day the Camaro will come back.
Yes. And hopefully it comes back as something that, is, in line with the spirit of the car before. The idea that big V8 power, it's not, probably won't happen. But if it were a sporty, low or high power to weight ratio type of setup, I think of so many times of what I used to think of as a Corvette Junior, a small two-seater with a peppy four-cylinder that, GM got close to making it with the Saturn Vue and Sky, or the Pontiac Solstice and the Saturn Sky. And, they never quite got there. And just when I was ready to get it, well, Camaro came back and, I want to.
Dude, I almost bought a Pontiac Solstice.
Yeah.
I was looking at one, and then all the inklings like, oh, Camaro's on the way back. Like, here it comes. And I was like, all right.
When I was 25, 26, something like that, Camaro had just gone away. I was looking for something, sporty and fun, and Corvette was out of reach, but maybe 25 grand for a little four-cylinder. And that's why I think, we had that 1LE, the turbo, 2-liter turbo 1LE cars, 2020, 2021.
For under 30
that is out of the realm of possibility. Granted, it's not a big V8, but it's not electric.
And that's what I hope if when the car does come back.
Yes,
it needs to be a Camaro. Like, don't bring it back if it's not a Camaro.
Yeah, but
have the identification.
Utility as well. As somebody whose first car was an 85 Sport Coupe that took him through high school and college, and then my 02, that liftback, I did so much with those cars, moving, packing my life up to go to Penn State and come home. And then when I was first married, my wife and I moving into our first apartment together, then moving into our first home. My 02 was with me throughout that. And I look at what Dodge is doing with the new Charger. And they were talking about a liftback with a flat folding rear seat. And it's like, that's the way to go. You want to be able to have some utility. With this new 2023 car that I have, Phantom, I removed the rear seat. It was you've heard of the phrase day 2 modification. Well, this was a day 1 modification. I brought it home from the dealership. In the driveway, I had the Schrader Performance backseat delete kit already in the garage. Took the foam seats out, put the panels in, and I was off to the races. So now I've got a car that hauls ass. So, and you guys saw it at Camaro Nationals last year. I mean, it was packed to the gills. I had the 10x10 easy up 10. I can't
believe how much stuff you fit in there.
Yeah. Stacked to the headliner, and that's where that backup camera, I didn't even realize how useful that feature was. The rear camera projection into the mirror.
Right? Rear camera mirror. Yeah.
I can stack stuff to the headliner and still be able to see, and that's fantastic.
Dude, you fit a tent in your car.
Yes. Well, that was no, I did do that because that was 2022, and that's when I decided I really need a coupe because it started pouring at the end of the Camaro Nationals, and the only way to get that tent in was to cycle the top.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is not going to work if I do outdoor shows. So I convinced my wife to get on board with me making an investment in Car Show Life. So that is actually the company car. That is owned, registered, and you just changed by the company. So
you just changed it, like it just got upgraded. It looks really
good.
It
got a new front end. I'm such a rally sport fan. We put the LTRS front end on it with the larger upper grill and smaller lower grill, and it changed the look of the car. It makes it look like it's an LT1 RS, but it's a SS. It's got all the bells and whistles of an SS, but it's got the look. And that was inspired by, in 2019, when they did the refresh, I wasn't a fan of the flow tie in the bumper. To me, that was just something off about that appearance.
Yeah.
And, and I don't know where the Gen 7 designs were going. Were they going back to more of the catfish mouth with the bow tie grill of the 4th gen? But it just didn't fit for me. And then when they moved it, it was like, okay, yeah, that's better, but I still didn't like the current 21 to or 20 to 24. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. So that was
I was looking for it.
Mongoose Motorsports Portage Trim in Ravenna, Ohio. They are a custom shop out there, and they did that transformation for me. So
Carlos really good. It come a long way.
Yeah, and so that's my Phantom. And the Phantom, in car parlance, if you're familiar with the terms tribute and clone, a tribute or a clone is done up to look like a specific car. They taking ZL1 equipment, talking about putting ZL1 badges on an SS, but actually making a clone, getting a supercharger, doing the right suspension components, putting the right stuff on an SS to make it a ZL1. That will be a tribute or a clone. This car is a Phantom. Since they never put that front end on an SS, the car already got RS equipment on it in the halo headlamps, the red badges, the smoke tail lamps, but they never called it an RS.
Yep.
So I made an SS RS, and that is a Phantom, a car that the factory could have built but never did. For instance, a GTO Judge wagon, which does exist. There's one in Kenley and Felter's collection. They took a Tempest or Le Mans wagon, put the Pontiac the GTO nose on it, all the Judge graphics, and then put a tri-powered 400 motor in it with a 4-speed.
Very nice.
So that's a Phantom. So she's a Phantom.
There you go.
Well, guys, again, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. And just to remind folks that the Dweller deal, 15% off. And, you'll see me out at the Camaro shows in July at Superfest in Michigan and Camaro Nationals. I think I'll be too Camaro'd out to get to Bowling Green for the Camaro Fest. But I am going on the Hot Rod Power Tour. So I'll be in Bowling Green next week. So you can... Are you going to be at the Cochrane show? No, because GM Nationals, that's the last day of Carlisle.
Okay.
So I will be there in the evening when I get off the turnpike. I will join you folks at the hotel for the parking lot party.
We will be there.
And you'll have Bagheera.
Yep, we'll have Bagheera and Onyx. So 2 cars.
Okay.
We'll have some drinks waiting for you.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
We appreciate it, guys. Now remember,
cheers,
and put the coupon code Dweller at checkout for the 15% off at carshowlife.com and hook it up. Hook your car up so you can show it off properly at the shows this season. We really appreciate it, Drake. Thanks for joining us tonight, and you're welcome back anytime, man. Anything else you want to say to the folks before you go?
Well, I think Fritz says I'm done. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, boss. Thank you for joining us.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Oh, my God. Now we get the balloons?
Where are they coming from? Where are they coming from?
We did the peace symbol, and then they started showing up. But
I don't know where they came from.
I don't know where they're coming from either, but that's where they're coming from. So that was Drake, guys. We really appreciate him joining the channel, and hopefully save you guys some money. Get your show boards out there. Contact him before he gets too busy. I'll give you a little insider. We got one coming for Bagheera. So That's happening, and we're excited. We already know what it looks like. So, but once we get it, we'll show it off to you guys. So we're excited about our new show board coming as well. We're pretty pumped about it. Now, contact him. Any questions? We're gonna put the link in the description of this video, so you can get that. Any questions at all? We're gonna be on here for a couple more minutes. We'll talk shop here. Camaro Cave stuff, answer your questions, talk about 24 Camaro, which the numbers are dwindling, of course. And then tomorrow night, what we got going on tomorrow night? Girl Cave with Tonya. I know, because y'all don't want to see my mug anymore. It's all about the ladies.
Girl Cave.
See, we're getting thumbs up. I like it. I like the thumbs up lately.
They like Girl Cave.
They like Girl Cave. Everyone's waiting for the Girl Cave.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about car show judging.
Judging, guys.
All the different kinds of car shows that you can get judged at, and all the different ways that you can get judged, and what I look for as a judge, and the different ways that I've been judged. So I can tell you all the different things that you'll get judged on, and different things that you can do to get extra points. Girl Cave.
That's a lot. It's going to be a lot.
It is a lot.
More cleaning on Camaro. Heading to Good Guys, Dover, Delaware this weekend. Oh, snap, David. Is there a car show there? Good Guys, Dover, Delaware. Hey, say hi to Sleepy Joe when you drive past, will you? Sleepy Joe. Joe Wise from Delaware.
Why would you say hi to him?
I don't know. I'm just saying you could.
Okay.
Safe travels, of course. We're back. Oh my God. I don't know what just happened. What?
I can't take it anywhere.
I know. I'm hitting too many buttons, guys.
Leave the buttons alone. Don't touch the buttons.
Panther 24.
244.
I know 244 because that's Mike Lee. Mike Lee in the house. Yo, Mike, I gotta send you pictures. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but we just finished installing that little bad boy today on Bagheera. It was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. You just need to like manhandle a thing. Literally,
like 3 or 4 man handling.
I was handling it.
It was a lot of handling.
Fondling.
No, that wasn't fondling.
Was really surprised to see a Garage 56 in the wild. We still haven't seen one in person. Hopefully we'll see some at some of the car shows coming up. It would be nice to see and nice to do a video for you guys to show off everything on it. That would be really cool. So we're excited to see that. Sleepy Joe pulled you down. Sleepy Joe is not pulling no one down. Sleepy Joe is pulling himself down. Or actually, his son is. One or the other. Just asking, did y'all get the pics? You gotta check the email, babe. Let's check the interwebs of the email. We got a bunch of stuff. Just in case. Something's downloading. 1 second. Oh, maybe it would help if I turned on the Wi-Fi. Oh, that's cool. Woo woo. Thanks, Rhonda. That's awesome. Hot Wheels pics. Got all the Hot Wheels pics. Yep. Thank you. Very cool. Very cool. I'll be wearing my Camaro. Okay, here's what I gotta ask: does everybody have their Camaro Cave gear? We haven't gotten many pictures of everyone wearing anything. Did y'all got it? We appreciate you guys getting it. There are stuff still available, by the way. There's hats still available. There's shirts available. What else we got?
There's one each hat.
One of each hat left. One green hat, one pink hat. There's a pink hat left. Crazy.
One pink hat.
Yes, we did get yours, David. We appreciate it. Night Spider, thanks for joining, as always. Gypsy will be tuning in tomorrow. She is excited about the judging topic. You know what? And it really is a big topic because it doesn't matter how many shows you go to. Not every show is different, and every judge is different. That's why it's nice when you have multiple judges at shows too, so that you can get different aspects. But like, you want to know from people that have been doing this for a long time and judging cars, like what to look for. But Tony's got it all down pat. She got it all written. It's like a book long. She knows what she's doing. It's like a book long.
It's not a book long.
It's like Tonia's book.
4 pages. It's not a book.
That's a
long.
book.
It's not a book.
It's a book in my book. All right. I sent a pic of me and the kids. Yes, we loved that. By
With
the
the
way,
twins.
yes, it was
on
awesome.
Their birthday.
It was really cool. I was
It
showing
was
it to
so
everybody.
cool.
I was, it's like surreal. I mean, we're just on a computer, and now we're in people's houses and we're on people's clothing. It's not, it's different. It's surreal, and we appreciate all your love and support from you guys. So thanks so much.
Can't wait to see it in the wild.
I know, we can't wait to like do a Camaro Cave like group photo with like everyone. That'd be cool.
Like, I can't wait to go to a car show and be like,
There's our shirt. I know. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a good time. They love cars and had a great time. That's what we like to hear.
I love that they're girls and they love cars. I love that.
Yep, 100%.
My daughter doesn't even know where to put the gas in her car.
Hold on, but then she wouldn't be able to drive.
That's so sad.
She doesn't live in a state that does it for her.
So sad.
No,
her car's out of oil. She's got to get a new one. Like, this is not my child. Like, how did this happen? I don't know.
Where'd you go wrong?
I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong.
What did you do wrong?
I don't know what I did wrong. She's beautiful, though.
I'm not denying that. We're out of drinks.
She's definitely crazy like her mama.
Yeah, I know. She keeps getting more pets and kids
And tattoos.
It's okay.
She's mine.
Yeah, definitely yours. Well, guys, I think it's been a pretty good live tonight. What do you guys think? I think it's been a pretty good live.
Awesome.
Drake's awesome. We really appreciate him joining us tonight. Hey, you know what? We'll put it out there. If you guys want to be on the channel, if you guys want to come on, say hello, and want to be here, we did get your text.
Jan's picture.
That was pretty cool.
And
we were so excited when we heard that you won at the car show. So congratulations again, and it's pretty awesome. It likes me this time.
Well, you're like right in the center.
Oh, I'm right there. I'm in the center. That's why. Excuses. Just saying. Yeah. Where was I? Finish.
What would happen if I like hit you? What
I don't think anything would happen.
What would go up the screen if I hit you?
Well, Sean says my twin boys graduated yesterday. Oh, dude, that is
More
awesome.
Twins? How many people on this?
Congratulations, man. That's a big accomplishment. It's pretty awesome. So congratulate them for us. No more child support. More money to spend.
We met the twins.
Yeah.
We met the twins.
Uh-huh.
How many twins are in the cave?
There's a lot of twins.
That's 2 sets of twins.
Twins, Basil. Twins.
That's 2 sets
Anybody
of twins.
know where that movie that's from? I hope
cave.
so. Or just like dating myself.
Anybody else with twins in the cave?
Hold on. It says no trophy year. Someone lied. Hold on. What? Let it at home. We'll send pick when I get it. What? I take a double take.
No trophy yet.
Austin, thank you, David. Somebody. Austin Powers, man. Yes.
Oh, that's
The
your little-
original.
It's your little twin.
Austin Powers. And
It's your little twin.
synergy folk stick together. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy synergy people.
Don't hate on the synergy just because you don't have a green car. Just saying. It's pretty cool.
I don't know that I'd go synergy. I think that I would be a.
Oh, you're gonna rock the Krypton.
I'd be a Krypton girl.
Krypton's different. If y'all haven't seen Krypton in person, Krypton green is pretty bright. It is a bright green.
I'd be a Krypton girl.
It's very different. Says the woman who would buy a Krypton car. Yep.
Yeah, I'd buy Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
If I couldn't have black. If you had to make me buy something a color, I think I'd rock Krypton.
Well, guys, we do appreciate everyone joining tonight.
Or Stitch Blue.
Stitch. Well, that would be Rapid Blue. Rapid Blue.
We'd have to do something different to it. So
I feel like there's a lot of people buying Rapid Blue Camaros right now, even though there's not many out there in the public. But I keep seeing more and more people buy Rapid Blues. Now, a Rapid Blue CL1 is rare, for sure.
I'll definitely be a CL1.
Yeah. But does anyone else have anything they want to discuss before we go this evening? It's been quite an adventure. We're going on an hour and a half here, and we appreciate everyone watching tonight. We are going to do more like this. Oh, that's what I was saying. If y'all want to be on the cave, if you guys feel comfortable enough to be on World Wide Web, we would love to invite you to join us on a joint live like we just did tonight. Just let us know. We can talk this way, and it'd be cool. If anyone wants to do that, let us know. Send us an email, thecamarocave@gmail.com. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I don't even know how many likes we got. Yeah, I hope we got a likes. We got like 30 people here at one time. I don't even know how many likes we got because it doesn't tell us on this thing right here. But we appreciate all of you. We appreciate you being here, spending your time with us. And if you need anything from us, please let us know. David, you're down. We love to have you on. We can do an episode next week. Hell, unless you want to join the girl cave.
No.
Unless you want to jump in on the cave.
No.
Nah.
If he wants to dress up like a girl.
Oh, I mean, it's 2024. Don't tempt him with a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. Live from the garage. Yep, it could happen. It could happen. Don't tempt me with a good time. Exactly. But we appreciate all of you. And if you want anything from us, we're going to put all the descriptions of Drake's products, and he's already in all the descriptions of our videos. So 15% off. Check out his website, carshowlife.com. The Dweller deal, put Dweller in at checkout if you want anything. Have a good night, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you for... Can we do the fireworks? The fireworks going to come? No
fireworks, no balloons.
What? Does anyone know this? It's like a little Sammy Sosa action. Okay. What just happened? How did you do that?
We got balloons.
But how?
The peace signs, apparently.
No way. That didn't work.
Well, it did, because I just did them, and we got peace. We got balloons. No, not like that. No, that didn't work either.
I mean, I thought that was it.
No.
It must be Mark McGuire over here. Not getting it. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. Tune in tomorrow night, Girl Cave
Girl Cave
with Tonya.
with Tonya.
Thumbs up and the cats.
And the girl kitty.
Yeah, peace and love always. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. And what's your topic again?
Judging.
Car show judging. So get ready.
We just went over
She's
that.
got pages.
4 pages.
It's a book.
It's not a book.
It's like a mini book.
It's not.
It's like she says a book.
It's not a book, Jilly.
Tell her.
It's not.
Tell her, Jill.
Tell him, Jilly.
If you had to choose, would you rather get long tube headers or an axle back exhaust? Long tube headers.
Headers.
I did my headers before I got my exhaust. Big difference, even on the stock MPP.
I did mine all
100%.
at the same time.
Yep. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And as always, keep the faith. Keep the faith. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys. Be safe out there.